What's up, y'all? This is another episode of Hot Hands, man. We got Pip Sports, we got CHB. I don't know how they could position in the camera, but we got both of them in here. Y'all got anything I want to say?
Hey, what's up,
What's
everybody?
going on?
But I'm gonna start y'all off with the question, man, right? Because I know we've heard a lot of rumors, basketball, football, all that stuff, and I feel like I got two of the best when it comes to football, and especially with the Browns, man. What's up with the Browns? like what do they got to do in the off season to be Super Bowl contenders?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this our year. I feel like we didn't did everything we need to do this off season. Deshaun Watson, he looking lights out in practice. We added Elijah Moore to the wide receiver room. We added Marquise Goodwin. He could play the slot and beat you deep, just like Elijah Moore. But Elijah Moore, he's more versatile and he's younger. What else did we do? We in the discussion for DeAndre Hopkins. We brought in a safety that we needed to replace John Johnson for a little bit cheaper. We traded for Darius Smith. We made a lot of moves to really just take that step forward. And we fired the defensive coordinator. Like, this our time. And I'm telling you, man, if we get DeAndre Hopkins, bro, people are gonna be mad. People are gonna be upset. They gonna be hating because they always talking about we get all this talent, but we don't ever do nothing. So they gonna be scared. And this our year. I know this our year. Tom rolling, but I think this really our year, bro. Like we didn't make some great moves, man.
Yeah. Oh, getting Elijah Moore to start off with, like that was a great move. Like, and we didn't have to give up a whole lot, I don't think, to get him. You know, we don't have a first round pick or two for a couple of years now, so we've got to definitely be really smart with a lot of the decisions that we make. And getting Moore in, I think, was a really good option. If we can get Hopkins, that's just like icing on the cake if that happens. Like, I think you're right. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but this wide receiver room is already looking a lot better. Like, I think it's Grant we get back from injury as well. If I remember right, I think he did his Achilles last season or something like that. So he's never even played a game for the Browns. He's a returner as well. That's something that we have struggled with, I think, for a couple of years at times. And you add that to the team, that already adds a different dynamic. And I just think, yeah, bring in Hopkins, and I think people will start to look at this team a little differently. And look, he went for a meeting with the Titans. Let's be honest, he's not signing with the Titans, so we can already rule that
Yeah,
out. I think we're a genuine chance.
yeah. I think we really got a chance, man. Like it just makes too much sense. Like the history there with him and Watson. I know Watson be hitting his line. He'll be here next week. He gonna be here next week. I'm telling you. He'll be here next week.
So I'm gonna say, does that take
I'm
us to the
hoping.
bowl?
It definitely gonna give us a chance, yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
say
know,
if we don't go to the bowl, how many games we looking like? How many dubs?
man,
Ooh.
at least 12.
Yeah, I'm hoping for at least 10 this year. I'm gonna be a little bit more like, because I know the Browns, they get us
No,
hype,
don't
and
do
then
that.
we
Don't
we
do that. My boy Juan Thornhill said we gotta be positive. You feel me?
he's got that dog in him too. I reckon
Yeah.
Thornhill, he could be a really solid player. And he's a two-time Super Bowl champion now, I think. Like, when was the last time the Browns had that on their team? You probably wouldn't have seen that in a
Yeah.
very long time.
Facts.
So yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I can't wait, bro. Yeah, we in a good position, bro. Like I'm more confident this time around than I was when we had Odell and them. Like we really loaded. We just gotta. The only thing that can mess this up if we get DeAndre Hopkins or just in general is Kevin Stefanski, bro. Like if we get DeAndre Hopkins, especially, and the offense still look the same as last year, I want him gone by week 5.
Yeah.
I want him gone by week 5. We'll figure it out from there.
So what would that like? What would I know you said week 5, but what would a record have to like? Would it have to be like 0-5, like 1-2-5? Like what would that look like, or 2-3? What would that look like before you like, yeah,
It
it's
ain't
not
even
going
really
to?
it ain't really so much the record. It's just about the vibes. You feel me? And how he making them play on offense, like because he keep refusing to give up the play calling. So it's like if he just not elevating that offense to where it needs to be, then he gotta go. Like I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like
Well, it already seems like they're going to force him to change his style anyway because they didn't even bring back Kareem Hunt. So there's definitely
Yeah.
not going to be as much running, I don't think, as there has been. And look, Hunt didn't even do that well last year, I don't think. But realistically now, you've kind of just got Chubb as that running back there. And I've heard rumors that Chubb's even been trying to improve on his blocking this year. So that could be a very big indication that it's going to be more of a passing type of style this year. And they didn't go heavy with the tight ends. They brought in actual wide receivers this season. Like,
Yeah, they did though. Yeah, they did. And
yeah,
they've been having some sets with Elijah Moore coming out the backfield. Like, it's up, man. It's up.
yeah.
So,
To answer your question earlier though, I reckon it'd be like 1 win and 4 losses for Stefanski to probably get the boot. I think if it was 2 wins and 3 losses, they might just say, "Oh yeah, whatever." But yeah, that could be a 1 win and 4 loss. That's probably not what they want.
so on the subject of somebody getting a boot, especially in the NBA, right? I think a lot of us, we see what's happening out there with John Morant, right? Well, all the criticism, all the publicity, bad publicity, you see what they saying on First Take, all that good stuff. How many games you think John Morant, if any, should he be getting suspended for this next season?
He need enough games to where he ain't gonna do it no more. He need enough games to where he ain't gonna do it no more. So I don't think he should get, because I know they trying to really hit him with something crazy, but
yeah,
I think he should at least get like 25 games,
25.
Yeah,
That's not
25,
bad.
something like that. Not half the season though,
That's
because we got to look at it like this though. Like, it ain't like he shot nobody, he ain't robbing nobody, he ain't sticking nobody up. It's just a little bit boom, boom, and boom, boom, like. But I get the influence though. Like, I get how it's hurting the team,
sure.
the brand. Like, you making all these M's, you making 200 mil. You're not supposed to be doing that. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I think he should at least get 25 games, bro. Like, 25, cool.
I think that's fair, but I don't know if y'all seen Undisputed when Skip said borderline a whole season.
Nah.
They should get like that's crazy. But like,
yeah.
But I might be on the flips. Like, I understand, and I know he making it worse saying it's a toy gun, but I really think he should be suspended though. Like, I really don't. All right, hear me out, right? Because look, he did it in the off season, right? It's not like he had this.
Okay.
So why is he getting suspended? Why is he getting regular?
Wait, you don't think he should be suspended?
No, when he didn't. It's not like he had the gun in the locker room or he aimed it at a player. Like, this is off the court. He's not even playing the game. He's off season. Why is he getting suspended for some off season stuff?
Well, first of all, if you did that in Australia, right? Sports here, if you did that in Australia, again, like nothing like that has ever been seen before. Like, I remember on the news channels here, when we saw that happen here, we were like, why? What are you doing? Like, why do you have a firearm, in your, like, what are you doing on Instagram Live with that,
Yeah.
Like, every other country, if not even just Australia, every other country is looking at that and they're just thinking, you've never seen that before. Yeah, and not only have we never ever seen that before in any sport, he's done it twice now.
Twice.
All right, so the first one, I can see the suspicion for the first one because the season was still going on. But the second one, this season is over. He's not playing. Like, leave him alone.
What the season got to do with it though?
Yeah, what does the season have to do with it?
Because you suspended him in an in-season suspension for something he did not do. Like, he wasn't on the team. Like, he wasn't on the bus. This is by himself. It's just his luck. One of his homies that wasn't really his homies recorded him.
No.
I don't think I don't really think you should get suspended, man. I mean, they going to make a statement, but I don't really think like when we talk about like these huge suspensions for off this. I just don't agree. I don't think like maybe 25, maybe, yeah. But when we talk about 30, 40, 50, a whole season, I don't know about that.
Think about it though. Go ahead.
Do you guys think if it matters, like if it's registered or not, does that help with the ban? Let's just say that the firearm is registered into his name, right? Does he get less weeks? Like, what happens? Because if he's just holding a random dude's firearm that he doesn't even own in a car, that's gonna like be help with the ban because that's just that's not
honestly. I don't even think either way. I don't even think it really helps him. Just because. That's a good question, though. But it is a good question, but I don't think it really helps him either way. Like, because if that gun's registered, I feel like they'd really be hard on him because they was like, yeah, you really know what you was doing.
Yeah, true.
And that automatically eliminates that toy gun theory he was talking about. That was coming like. Because I think that's the main reason why they saying it's toy because they like shoot, this not even my gun for this. You know what I mean? Like I was just out here. I think that I don't think you know what.
With honestly, my McDonald's toy gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd be like, yeah, this was a water gun. The black.
Like I said on my story, what does it being a toy gun mean though? Like it ain't like this is a rapper making a music video with props. Like you're a whole NBA player. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. You get what I'm saying? Like when you represent the NBA, bro, you just can't be doing that. Like
for sure.
It's really because he got so much other stuff surrounding his name, which just makes it look even worse, you know. So like that's why I think he should really get suspended though.
Yeah.
But then I would ask you, because I think everything you said was facts, but do you think that's worth more than 30 games though?
I mean, they really let him off the hook with a little soft, like 8-10 games earlier. So it's like he ain't learned his lesson. Even though this time I would admit, like, it ain't like he hopped on his own Instagram live and did that. I mean, I really don't think he should get more than 25 or 30. I don't think it's worth that much, but they about to make an example out of him though for sure. Yeah.
I agree. So I guess to bring it back up to not talk about guns and stuff, right? Because I don't. So if you were to do a start cut bench, right, with 3 players, who are you starting, who are you cutting, and who are you benching, right? We got Jokic, we got Anthony Davis, and we got Joel Embiid.
I'm gonna start Jokic, Embiid off the bench, and then he gone.
Oh,
he gone.
I like your order, Rally. I would go, start Jokic, bench Davis, cut Embiid. I think.
Ooh,
yeah. I know he's the MVP, but it just hasn't proven enough for me, especially in the playoffs. Like he always goes out. He's never made the finals. Like, yeah, I'm not on that Embiid train. I think when Davis is healthy, Davis is just
when is he healthy though?
Nearly in the game. That's the issue. But Embiid's not really healthy either. I don't think I've ever seen Embiid play healthy in the playoffs.
I got another start bench cut for y'all, man. Right? I got 2 more, and then I got another question for y'all. Right? In this bracket for the start bench cut, you got Jimmy Butler, you got Jason Tatum, and you got Anthony Davis.
Oh,
I'm starting Jimmy.
You started Jimmy?
I'm for sure starting Jimmy Butler, though. I'm starting Jimmy. I'm going to bench Tatum, and I'm going to cut AD.
Oh.
I'm going to say, has AD really dropped that bad after this? Was this playoff?
The reason why I'm going to explain it. So the reason why I'm starting Jimmy Butler is because Jimmy Butler, when it comes to them playoffs, he going to be there. Like, he's still there right now. Jimmy Butler, he showed when he needed to. He's got that dog in him, you feel me? Now, Tatum, it was a toss-up between him and AD, but at least Tatum going to be available, you know? Tatum going to be available. Tatum can still hoop. Tatum is inconsistent though. You feel me? And he a little suspect in these moments, you know. But AD, man, AD just does not play the way AD should play. AD should be terrorizing everybody. Like just like he did in his earlier career, he should be terrorizing dudes. And he should be able to shoot. Now he gets the ball, he want to just shoot the ball. He don't want to back nobody down. He don't play to his potential, and he do to get hurt. Do to get hurt. Like Embiid, all of them, they terrorize the block. Like they terrorize the block. AD, man, he good for defense though. He can score when he can play, bro, but he be playing weird. I don't really rock with AD.
I agree with Pip. You got to start Butler. You can't not start Butler now after everything that we've seen. But if they're healthy, I'm still going AD over Tatum. But that's only if they're healthy. If they're not healthy, then yeah, you might as well take Tatum, right?
Yeah.
Even healthy though. AD,
Honestly,
I mean, they both kind of play. I mean, they both a little inconsistent.
they play weird. But
yeah.
honestly, I agree with CHB on this one. Though I can't commit to Jason Tatum. I just can't. I just don't believe in Jason Tatum. I don't know. It just he's a superstar, but like, you know, I can't take that away from him.
Is he a superstar?
Jason Tatum. I think Tatum has to be a superstar, right?
He's a superstar. He's not a superstar?
I don't think he's a superstar yet.
Is JB a superstar?
No, he's a star.
So they just both stars?
Jason Tatum close to being a superstar.
Even though I like JB better than Tatum, but yeah.
I think Tatum would be a top 10 player in the NBA though, right? That's got to be superstar level.
I don't think he's top 10 yet.
Not top 10?
I don't think he's top 10 yet.
Oh, man. I don't know about that one. He's got to be top 10.
I'm glad you said that, too, because I got 2 follows for that, too. Because I got another start bench cut down. The 3 players on that list is Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, and Paul George.
Wow. That's a really tough one because I think Paul George's career, it changes every year. Like, you have 1 year of Paul George being a superstar where he got the Clippers to the conference finals pretty much by himself, right? But then you got the next year where he has injury issues. Like, I think this year he was kind of really corrupted with injury issues. And then you got Jamal Murray, Jamal Murray's a good point guard, but in the playoffs he turns into like the best point guard. Like,
yeah.
If you're looking at consistency, I think Jaylen Brown almost goes at 1 because Jaylen Brown, he almost is getting better every single year. And right now, I think some would argue Jaylen Brown was the best player on the Boston Celtics in their conference finals this season. So, yeah, you probably go Brown at 1. And, I mean, what Murray are we picking here? Are we picking playoff Murray or are we picking, like, just Jamal Murray? Because they're 2 different players.
Everything into consideration.
Yeah, I like that. Everything.
Yeah. Well, Paul George is really injured right now, but you know, I still might take him over Jamal Murray, especially during the regular season. Yeah. But if we're going playoffs, give me Murray over everyone at this rate. That dude is insane in the playoffs.
I'm gonna keep Jaylen. I'm gonna swap my last 2. So I'm gonna keep Jaylen Brown at the 1 to start.
Yeah.
I'm a bench Jamal Murray.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna have to cut Paul George because Paul George, man, I don't know what's up with that dude. Like, he can't stay on the court. Damn, he really just threw a curveball. Like when he just hit the media and said he can't be a number 1. Like, that's just some soft stuff. Like, that's kind of soft.
And he just being honest.
He's soft. And he be folding them off too. He folding the moment too.
He had the 1 playoff P moment, man. He came back. He had the 1 playoff P, and then he bounced back.
When?
Next year? With no Kawhi-ish?
Jeez, I wonder what Jaylen Brown would look like if he didn't play on the Celtics right now. Let's just say he went to because there's all this talk about him getting traded. I wonder what he would look like as the number 1 option.
He would get respect.
Yeah.
He
I
would
wonder
get
if this
he
is the
would get
type of
crazy respect.
30-point per game type player as well, with like some of the best defense in the league. Like that just kind of helped me make my decision to have him as number one, I reckon.
He would.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
he'd be
agree.
James Harden with defense with his own
Yeah,
team.
pretty
So
much.
he'd be. But
Send him to the Spurs.
this-
He'd be crazy on the Spurs. He's gonna average 48 a game on that Spurs team.
Popovich, man, he might not even let you Popovich. I heard they be hooping weird.
yeah,
Dejounte Murray was saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said y'all got to play defense first, and then you can play some
Offense.
All right, so we talking about these start bench cuts, right?
Mm.
Hold on, let me. I don't know what my series got to talking to me, but on the on the subject of all these players, right? Even you said Jason Tatum might not be in your top 10, right? And before you said that, I had a question about who would be in your top 5, name your top 5. But now I'm curious, right? If you had to build up a top 10 players from this, everything you know up to date, who was the top 10 players in order? Or actually, scratch that. Who was the top 10 players right now in the NBA?
Everything into consideration. Playoffs, everything.
Playoffs, injury, everything you know up to right now, who was top 10? As
Order
of
no
game
order?
3. No order.
All right. I'm going to go, me personally, I'm going to go Luka. I throw number 1. So we go Luka, no order. Luka, Embiid, Jokic, Dame,
LeBron.
Curry.
You got LeBron. Okay.
Curry, LeBron.
Curry.
Did I say KD yet?
No.
Nah.
KD.
You got 7 right now.
Thought I had 8. Who all I got?
You got Luka, Embiid, Jokic, Dame, LeBron, Curry, and KD.
You say Steph?
Yeah, he said Curry. Yeah, he said Curry.
Yeah, got Curry on there.
Curry.
Gotta put
Giannis.
Tatum. Come on.
Giannis.
Yeah. GG. Okay.
Giannis, my number 9 though. I ain't even gonna lie. Giannis, I got some stuff about Giannis.
You got 2 more picks though. You got 2 slots available.
2 slots available. Hold on, I'm gonna get these 2 right here.
I know you've been raving about Jimmy. You don't even got him on the list.
I don't got him on the list.
You don't got
I'm gonna have to put Jimmy in there though, based off these playoffs.
Jimmy,
and there's one more person I really feel like I'm forgetting, but I'm just not pulling them up though. I'm gonna go.
I'm about to say Davis. You don't got Davis in there. I'm trying to think.
No, 80 not top 10.
Oh,
80 not top 10 for sure. He definitely not top 10. I'm gonna put my boy down. I'm put down at number 10 with some no bias though.
You got Spider in there. Okay.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah. My list would probably be pretty similar. I don't think I'd have Dame in my top 10 at the moment though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think honestly think Donovan Mitchell. Like, I like that pick, having him in the 10, and I'd have Tatum in my 10. It'd be pretty similar to Pip, so I respect that. I respect that top 10, but I think you got to put Tatum in there at the moment.
So who coming out?
So he took Dame out.
I think I'd take Dame out. Yeah.
Dame. Okay.
And you would keep
it.
I
know it might be. Yeah, I'll probably keep it pretty similar. I know it might be somewhat controversial, but Dame's just, I don't know. We haven't really seen him. We haven't got to see him do anything in the last couple of years. Like, that Portland team has just been so abysmal. And I gotta apologize to Relly right now on this podcast, because I thought Portland were building tools to be a good team last season, and Relly was pretty much like, they're not going to do it, and they're going to stop. And funnily enough, they just stopped in free agency. They didn't do anything that I thought they were going to do. Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Portland haven't given me proof.
No, you're right about that. And look, Dame is probably a top 10 player, but we've seen the other dudes in that top 10 do really, really well this last season and put up similar numbers on a playoff championship contending team. And we've seen Dame put up the same numbers on one of the worst teams in the league. So it's probably why he's not in my 10 at the moment.
Okay, I can understand that logic.
Yeah.
Like it's a player y'all missing though for some reason. Like
I feel like who did we miss?
I don't know.
I'm not looking at a list, so I definitely feel like there's
probably Kawhi.
Oh, Kawhi. Oh
yeah.
But I guess
Kawhi's a part-time.
But I guess yeah. If he keeping it if he just doing and that's a lot coming from me because I love Kawhi, but it's like based off this season, I guess I can't put him on the list for real. I mean, if we're just being honest, but I got to look at ESPN because it's somebody here. Because I don't even got Devin Booker on here or
Devin Booker was a tough one. I was thinking about him.
Or looking at this, I might be spot on honestly because I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm not sure because the only one honorable mention would probably be. Yeah.
What about the guy Southeast Melbourne met up with the other week? Do you think he could be top 10 really?
You said who?
John Wall.
Yeah, John Wall top 10. I'm going all in.
Top 10?
I'm going on. I'm going. He coming back. Watch. He about to average 30.
NBA's new franchise player.
30 and
yeah. He might as well go ahead and hit the big three. He might as well go ahead and play for Ice Cube League.
Hey man, why not? But man, y'all wrong, man. I hope John Wall hear this too, man.
No, I respect him. He's going to be playing in my league. I'm going to get to watch him firsthand.
Yeah, he's gonna be nice.
Man, yeah, we all know we all watch Cavs, right? We watch them pretty. We watch them a lot, right? I would say so. And we watched the Cavs get put out first round by the Knicks, right? What do you think going into this offseason? Not only what should they be doing in the offseason, but what would a good offseason look like for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah. Do you want me to start, Pip? I've got some ideas.
Go ahead.
All right. So I think with the Cavaliers, there was a lot of talk about Allen being traded. I'm gonna take that off. I think I was looking at it. I don't think Jared Allen, the dude that did nothing in the playoffs. I don't think we should trade him, to be honest. But I think really you probably agree with this. It's our bench right now. Our bench is one of the worst in the playoffs. It just didn't do anything. And you got Jetty Osman, who should probably be our 13th or 15th man at this rate. Almost like our 7th man at times in that playoffs. Like wasn't that good. And with rumors that players like Karis LeVert will be taking a pay cut, I think there's rumors we're going to be trading Dean Wade and some other players to free up some cap. I think there's guys out there in free agency we can definitely try and sign. I've heard some rumors that Bruce Brown would be a very, very nice player to come off the bench. Really fits in with our defensive system. He's currently a player competing for a championship, looking for some extra money, and I think he would be a really nice, solid player. And you look at the shooting. Could a Seth Curry be a good option? A Utah Watanabe? Both of those dudes are going to be looking for, I don't think, overall big contracts in free agency. You can probably pen them on some cheap deals here and there. And I think there's a lot of those dudes out there. A couple of veterans here and there. I know Jay Crowder has left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, but still a dude who would fit in with our defensive proficiency and a guy who would help space that floor as well. I think overall it's the bench that I think needs a dramatic overhaul in this free agency.
Yeah, I agree. I do. I like that name, Seth Curry, though. I would honestly, I think we do. We desire another shooter, especially if we do keep Karis LeVert, even though I'm not really high on Karis LeVert right now. But I think I think a shooter might make Karis LeVert a little bit better, just because he's gonna have a little bit more space to operate with, especially if he's the one that's supposed to be like the Don on the bench or the Darius Garland on the bench, you know. So he's gonna have room to create. Maybe look for another center like a JaVale McGee. I know it's been floating around. Maybe we might look at like Nas Reed, but I don't really think he's gonna slide to Cleveland. But like a JaVale
No.
McGee, I think that type of caliber center, maybe a Bismack Biyombo, something like that. That might be
That's who I'm
cool.
thinking. I
It's
think
like
Biyombo would
Biombo.
be a good option. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. How you feeling, Pip?
Man, this how I feel. I'm just looking at the free agents right now.
Yeah, and it looks
Oh.
a little. What's up?
I think would be an option the Cavs definitely explore as well.
Who?
Kelly Oubre from Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, okay. Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
I like Kelly Oubre. Real don't really like Kelly Oubre though, but I like Kelly Oubre though.
After what he did to them, after he did what he did to John Wall all those years.
All right. Yeah, all right.
Jesus.
This is what I think. I feel like it's a few things the Cavs need to do. JB need to get his he need to get his shit together, you feel me? The rotations he was running was so weird. Just watching the Cavs play, the rotation was just so trash. Like he got Don on here, y'all know Don, my boy. You know, that's my favorite player. And they got you got lineups with it'll be Don, Rick Rubio, I think it was Okoro, Jared Allen, and probably somebody else out there that can't shoot. What can you really do with that lineup? You know, like it's really so limited what you could do with certain lineups. So I don't really like his rotations. So he needs to improve on that. As far as like the talent though, I feel like Garland needs to take another step. He did show up in certain moments in the playoffs. I will give him that. I think Garland needs to take another step. That's just me personally. I think he needs to take another step. Jared Allen, he need to let his nuts hang. You feel me? He need to grow some balls. You feel me? Up and telling the media he's scared. I ain't really feeling it.
He said he's scared.
I would love to see Evan Mobley put some weight on.
Yeah.
He needs to put some weight on. You know, he's a great defensive player. He need to put some weight on, man. If he can really just bulk up, he can really make that transition to the center later on. And then I really do feel like they do need to improve that bench. I think Seth Curry is a solid option. I heard y'all talking about Seth Curry. Alec Burks a cool dude. I just seen on the list. And it was we definitely do need a backup center. I know they don't got really no center. They've been rocking out like that for a few years now. So they need So
but I asked
Lopez can't be the backup center anymore. We can't have Robin Lopez.
Oh yeah, I agree. Oh, for sure. But then I asked you, like, well, really, because I know you put it out there, like, if we convert Evan Mobley to the center, right? And I agree we shouldn't move Jared Allen, not yet. I don't think he's given us enough to trade him. But like, if we move Evan Mobley or make him want to play 5, like, what do you do with Jared? Because it was a lot of times where with Jared Allen not necessarily being a shooting big man and Evan Mobley being pretty dominant in the paint, they kind of got in each other's way. But it's like, it's hard to like want to move them because it's like what they do defensively is crazy when they're on the same page. So it's like, if you do that, like, how do you do that? You know what I mean?
I feel like the decision to move Evan Mobley to the 5 would just be moving on simply from Jared Allen because you ain't gonna necessarily need him no more. And you just look for somebody to play the 4. You know, the 4 is universal these days. So just looking for somebody to play the 4. But that's what I was really thinking, though. And I think that move would really help Evan Mobley, you know, just because Evan Mobley needed to take another step, too. And I think he really did take a step this year. I think he took a step this year, especially like towards like the second half of the year. He was finding himself. So.
Yeah, well, he was leading defensive player of the year when the first like start of the voting was happening, and I think he ended up finishing 3rd, which for a second-year player that is crazy. You don't see that much, but I think we're 1 year away from moving on from Jarrett Allen. I do agree that Jarrett Allen was not good in the playoffs, but people are going to remember during the regular season, those two were still really, really good together. And I don't think this team is ready to move on. People got to remember a lot of these dudes are only 22, 23 years old. I don't think Evan Mobley is ready to be the center of the team full time. And if you gave him one more year to kind of keep that going, I think that would be the right way. And also in the playoffs, with JB Bickerstaff, I think JB Bickerstaff's a really, really good coach. And I hear people saying to fire him and stuff, and I don't think that's the right idea considering there's just no one better. Like that's the whole issue of the NBA. So many teams fire their coaches, but they don't actually ever bring in someone better. And JB's got this team all united. They all love playing for him. And look, there's some things he needs to fix up, but it just seemed like it fell apart in the playoffs. Like a lot of the things people were saying JB wasn't doing right, he was doing during the season. It just kind of fell apart in the playoffs. And that you kind of also got to put some responsibility on the players for why that failed, especially considering it just seemed like we didn't utilize our big men enough in the playoffs. There weren't a whole lot of, I don't think, pick and rolls going on. And when it was happening, as Pip said, Jarrett Allen had to grow some balls. It looked like he was scared of Mitch Robinson down there. So I don't think that's anything JB can really control or do. You can't really, fully control a player being shit scared of another man on the court, So, I think, maturity and all that type of stuff, like, that will come. We just got to remember the New York Knicks, they had like every single player on their team had like another 3 years of experience on our dudes. And I swear to God, Mitchell Robinson was like 60 kilos heavier than our next biggest player. So it'll take time. It'll take time to develop. And I think JB's the guy to develop this team. And I wouldn't move on from Jarrett Allen just yet. I'd give it another season and let Mobley develop alongside with him. And as Pip said, with the rotations, a lot of the reason JB's rotations kind of sucked was we had no shooters, and the depth off the bench was terrible. It just didn't stack up in the playoffs. So yeah, I'd add Bruce Brown. He doesn't add really the shooting, but he adds that really good defense that can switch 1 through 3 on this team would be a good idea. And I think Seth Curry.
Yeah, I like Bruce Brown. I think he'll fit for sure.
This will be too, because we need a gritty guy. We need that like now. We need that now. They could get the homie Buddy Hield. Could get him here.
That'd be cool though. No, real talk, that'd be cool.
Get the homie Buddy.
They know how much money he want.
Probably a lot for sure. But it was a pleasure speaking with y'all, man. It was a great pleasure. I'm gonna try to get y'all on here again. I know y'all busy out here. But is there anything y'all want to? Huh? Oh yeah.
A lot of good fun.
What to say? Is there anything y'all want to like promote before we get off of here?
Nah, man, just follow my channel, Pip Sports, man. We got some football over here, and we about to introduce some basketball song. So go ahead and check me out.
Yep. Subscribe to Pip Sports. That's my promotion. Go give him a sub. Best NFL content on the net.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, better watch that NBA content he got there. Y'all need to. Actually, I'm gonna plug that KCP video in here too on the description. I need people to see that. That's the real Pip. Y'all gonna see the real Pip, man.
That's Atlantis with that money.